white letters across the nameplate. Myers and Palmer ready themselves. The tip up in the air. Myers slaps it towards South Carolina State's basket, but the Bulldogs gather it with Stevens, and now White will run the point for the Bulldogs. South Carolina State, historically a very good basketball team, good program tradition in Orangeburg. Jalen White spinning around, top of the key, whips it far side. Mortimer holds. He passes to the corner. White working a ball screen with Palmer. Myers hedging out, passes near side. Stevens with 7 to shoot. First possession of the game. Stevens works a ball screen, double team coming, kicks out, three-pointer. Mortimer got it, and an early 3-0 lead.
The Hawks played very good defense that section. Just a good shot from the deep baseline for 3.
Full court pressure handled with ease by UMES. Hytche Pitt running the point. Hawks 10-9 on the season, the latest that they've been over 500 since 93-94, which happens to be the last time the Hawks finished a season over 500. They were 16-12. A bounce to the high post. Myers working on Palmer, blocked by the big man down low, and a rebound to Kirksey for South Carolina State. There's one block for Palmer in that head-to-head matchup.
And Palmer does block shots, so Myers going to have to be cognizant of that.
White, left wing 3, front rim, no. Leaping for the board, Devin Martin for the Hawks. Racing up ahead for UMES. Left wing feeds the block. Myers back to the basket, one dribble, right-handed hook, no, but a foul. Might be a reach in on the smaller guard. No, it'll be Daryl Palmer for his first.
Yeah. That's why Myers gets is basically, especially in the MEAC, that he's a man among boys down there. He just bowls over people, and they foul it.
Myers had 11 free throws against Savannah State. He was 8 of 11. He makes the first. Hawks are on the board tonight. 3-1 they trail. Mike Myers among the nation's leaders in free throw attempts on the season with 152. He nails the second. It's 3-2. UMES down by a bucket, or rather a point. Full court pressure from the Hawks.
Hawk ball.
Jalen White double teamed, and the ball goes out of bounds on the end line, and they'll say it's off of Jalen White, and it's UMES basketball.
Well, you need a little help from the fans. The ball's rolling all the way to Princess Anne.
18:33 to go here in the first half. 3-2 early deficit for UMES. Hytche Pitt to enter. Looks to the corner, wants to lob it to the middle of the floor. Meyer over his head, and now a breakaway. Nobody's back for UMES. Easy layup for Jalen White, and it's good. 5-2. A mistake there from the senior Hytche Pitt. Now ball loose in the backcourt once again. Devin Walker falling on it, trying to throw it up ahead to Iman Johnson, still in the backcourt. They do get it across just in time. UMES very hectic here. Right wing 3, Devin Walker. Wow, that's good.
That's the way you bust the press. A little hectic, but I take care of all that.
5-5, a tie ball game. The ball's batted out of bounds on UMES's full court pressure. Tie ball game with 18:03 to go in the first half. Palmer inbounding. Johnson doing jumping jacks in front of him. A bounce inside to Mortimer. Here comes the double team. Pitt, Johnson all over him. Pass up the far sideline. White lobs it into the front court. Stevens, he'll trigger. Left wing 3. Yep. 8-5, and that's a quick response for South Carolina State. Both teams breaking the pressure and finding open threes as a result.
Well, Stevens letting us know it was a 3.
Mike Myers in the front court right. Lobs overhead of a double team. Passes Martin, left wing 3. Yeah! Another response. These teams had an answer, 8-8. Another quick break of pressure. White up the near sideline. Guarded by Myers. Double team in the corner, and a timeout taken by White as Walker was there as well.
Great double team that time. He drove himself right into trouble, headed toward the sideline.
30-second timeout, so we'll keep it here. 17:22 to go in the first half. very familiar with one of the.
They're playing just alike so far. Both teams pressing, both teams going at it full court. Right now we're looking at a high-scoring game, but we'll see what happens.
Palmer inbounding on the end line for South Carolina State. Bounces it into Mortimer. He resets to Stevens for the Bulldogs. Whips it right back to Mortimer near wing. Johnson clapping on defense all over the guard. 17:08 to go here in the first half. Mortimer going right, draws a double team, bounces to White, right back to Mortimer, right wing three, front rim woefully short. On a bounce, Walker grabs the board. 17 minutes to go. First half action. Top of the key, Johnson, high post going left, down the side of the lane, hangs in the air, blocked by Palmer. White saves it on the end line. Kirksey controls for the Bulldogs. Up the far sideline, now sprinting down the side of the lane. White inside shovel pass to Palmer, easy layup. 10-8. South Carolina State back up by a bucket.
We've seen the Hawks play in different paces. Looks like to me South Carolina wants to play full speed all the time.
16:24 to go first half. Bulldogs go to a three-quarter court pressure, but they lay off pretty easily to Ishak Pitt and Devin Martin. Pitt on the far wing, trying to jump a passing lane with Stevens. Here's Martin, top of the key. He'll launch from three. Too short, front iron, no. Palmer grabs the board, and here comes the Bulldogs.
That was a good look. He normally knocks that baby down.
Near wing, White. Shovels it to Mortimer. Now, top of the key, White comes and gets it. Pointing out the offensive instructions. Whips it near side. Stevens curling around the screen, poked loose by Johnson. Saves on the sideline. Trying to call for a timeout, and does he?
Give it to him. He must have given it to him. I don't know, not supposed to give it to him.
Johnson was jumping over the sideline, and he called for a timeout. And they will give him the 30-second timeout, and it will be UMES basketball? No. Well, what are they going to say here? Because Johnson's not technically allowed to call timeout like that.
I didn't think so.
In which case it'd be out of bounds, and it should be South Carolina State basketball. But UMES is coming out as if they want the ball. And it's not a timeout on the floor.
Was that a timeout?
It was a 30-second timeout taken by UMES. That's what happened.
Well.
So UMES gets a steal out of it. Iman Johnson with a heady play, but they changed the rule a couple years back that you're no longer allowed to call a timeout while jumping out of bounds.
That's right. That's been a couple years.
That's pretty much exactly what happened. A lob down low. Myers trying to finish now. A layup off the glass. It's good. 10-10. Nice feed by Ishak Pitt. So tie ball game here. 10-all. Mortimer running the point now. Bounces to Palmer between the circles. Now Stevens near wing. Mortimer comes and gets the basketball. Guarded by Martin. Jabs right, goes left. Kicks out to the corner. Stevens trying to slice inside. He's denied by Johnson. Myers trying to fend him off. Top of the key shot, no good. Palmer going for the putback slam. He's blocked by Johnson, but a foul. Free throws upcoming for Daryl Palmer, and now we'll have a timeout on the floor. 14:58 to go. A tie ball game. This has been a up and down pace early here at the Hytche. 10-10. UMES and South Carolina State.
Myers because he was certainly playing spirited.
I've already got him with 2 blocks so far early in the game. First free throw from Palmer, high arching, it's good. 11-10, South Carolina State with an early lead.
And Palmer's not a small guy, is he? 6'8", listed as 6'8".
Free throw, the second, rattles in, 12-10. And the style of play a little maybe off-putting for UMES early in this game. Full court pressure for both teams, getting it up and down the floor. Dominic Elliott inbounding for the Hawks, gets it into Ishak Pitt. Elliott, the only reserve into the game for UMES. Pitt racing in the front court, draws a double, passes to Walker, right corner 3. Yes! 13-12, UMES by 1 now. Near wing, Stevens. Trying to rip move, split a double team, ball is loose on the floor. Martin with the ball, and he's pushed from behind. Kirksey right in his back. Nice steal by Devin Martin. I think that was a little ill-advised by Edward Stevens trying to split the double team.
No place to go. Good hustle by the Hawks.
Hawks basketball now with 14.5 to play. First half action and a 1-point lead. Elliott, high post, face up, puts the ball on deck, gives it up to Martin, a handoff. He'll fire right elbow, no good from the mid-range. Leaping for the board is Kirksey. Here comes South Carolina State whipping it up ahead. Into the game, Tyvoris Solomon. They got a whistle. Foul on UMES. Mike Myers gets the foul. His first.
Yeah, a little too far away from the basket for Myers at that time.
Mortimer to inbound for South Carolina State. 14-13 to play. Lobs near half court. Devin Joint into the game, receives. Gives it up. Mortimer floater right baseline is good from 12 feet. Back and forth we go. It's 14-13 Bulldogs. Devin Martin pushes up ahead. Far sideline. Walker nearly loses the dribble as a reset to Pitt near half court. Myers posting up on the right block. Can't find him. They lay off Pitt. Instead, it's Elliott at the high post. And an offensive foul. He uses his off arm to clear space. Foul on Elliott and a turnover.
Well, I don't think Elliott needs to be dribbling the basketball against this South Carolina State team because they're very quick with the hands and feet.
Freshman Solomon runs the point now, gives it up to Kirksey. Slicing kick. Mortimer can't handle the pass in the corner, otherwise he would have had an open shot. Now feeding the block, Kirksey back to the basket. Left side of the floor. A lob near half court. Solomon resets. 15 to shoot. Gives it up far side, Joint. Now Kirksey sends it on. Solomon near wing. Passing to Mortimer. Illegal screen on Kirksey to free up his guard. And that's the second foul on Patrick Kirksey. 13-18 to play. UMES down by 1. Kirksey has to take a seat with the second foul.
It also looks like the South Carolina's going to play a lot of guys, Doug, up and down.
Quick inbounds to Myers to break the pressure. Trim into the ball game. Travis Trim, the native of Trinidad and Tobago. Backup point guard now. For the walk-on. Shovels it near wing, and it's knocked out of bounds by Solomon. 13:05 to play here in the first half. Devin Walker inbounding, holds above his head, quickly feeds the block. Elliott face up right baseline. On the drive, he shuffled his feet, and that's a walk. That's back-to-back turnovers on Dominique Elliott.
We cannot afford to give the basketball up there without giving a shot.
Trim picks up man-to-man full court. Solomon hurrying up the near sideline into the front court. Now stops in his tracks. Left wing. 12:50 to play. Trim all over Solomon. A little space created, otherwise it was nearing a 5-second call. Bouncing to the right block. Face up. The jumper. Way too strong air ball. It was Tashambe Riley on the miss. UMES basketball after the rebound pinballing around, and Andino shuffled his feet. as he received a pass not really in rhythm, and it led to him awkwardly taking an extra step.
The game is not in rhythm right now. It's kind of hectic. It's a battle of turnovers. And South Carolina State really struggling against the Hawks' half-court defense.
12 and a half to play here in the first period. Joint inbounding, gets it to Mortimer. Calls for a clear out in the backcourt against Andino. He'll dribble slowly into the front court. Passes far wing, Trim all over Solomon, right in front of his head coach, Bobby Collins. Now posting up, gives it up, Riley. Another shot way off the mark. But an offensive rebound for Solomon as that ball took another awkward bounce because those shots are so far away from the hoop.
When the shot's so bad, it's a tough rebound.
Solomon spinning on Elliott. Gives it up to McCray, a long two-pointer right wing, back rim, no. Elliott leaps for the board. Ball's knocked out of his hands. Solomon grabs, and he throws it out of bounds.
It's kind of wild and hectic, Doug.
UMES down by one, another timeout on the floor. 14-13, South Carolina State. Broken the pressure, but they've really not looked to be in sorts right now.
Right. Neither team, than me, have looked under control, really. It's always been a full-court game, both teams.
Ishak Pitt is joined by Mark Blackman in the backcourt, handling the pressure. Blackman up the near sideline, dealing with a double team. Passes to Elliott at the high post, slashing kick. Walker, corner three. Yes! Another three for Devin Walker, and 16-14. The Hawks lead by 2.
And Walker's been the most consistent.
He's got 9 points, all triples. McCray from the right elbow. Spinning on Pitt. He dragged that pivot foot. Good defense by Ishak Pitt on the bigger Gabe McCray.
A lot of traveling violations in this basketball game this half.
Blackman, right-handed bounce in the backcourt. He's picked up by Karan Wright. Now in the front court, center of the floor, resets to Pitt. Works his way left wing. 11-11 to go in the first half. Pitt, a crossover. Draws a double. Skips it to Andino. Extra pass to Blackman. Swatted out by Palmer. Wow, what a block.
With authority. Oh, they'd been much better if he caught that thing.
He went out of bounds, so it's still UMES ball with 11:04 to go. Ishak Pitt inbounding, lobs it into Elliott, right block, back to the basket. 12 to shoot, plenty of time. Pitt comes and gets it in the right corner. Going left, spins baseline. Looking for a high-low with 5 seconds. Pitt needs to get rid of it. The mid-range jumper spins off. South Carolina State rebound. Here come the Bulldogs. Left wing joint. Feeds the block. Palmer back to the basket. Spins left. No good. Offensive board, though. McCray trying to save it. Throws it off the back of the backboard. So it will be UMES basketball.
A lot of activity going on both ends, but scores are still a 2-point game and relatively low score.
16-14. UMES by a bucket with the basketball. 10:35 left in the first half. Palmer, I've got him unofficially at 3 blocks already. Looking for a pick and pop. Pitt can't find Walker. Instead, a lob down low. Elliott left block, spinning in the middle. On Palmer, right-handed shot, no. Tipped long, and Dino tracks down the board for UMES. Pitt, top of the key, trying to penetrate. Goes right, bodying up Solomon. The shot off the glass, it falls through.
He pounded that off the glass.
18-14. Hawks by 4. Blackman hounding Solomon 40 feet from the bucket. Jabs right, goes left. Gets a little space, but he backs up. Leaves it off to Joint. Calls for a ball screen. Passes to the corner. Karan right, far side. Baseline drive, wraparound pass. Looking down low. McCray loses it. Ripped away by Pitt. Pushing up ahead. Breakaway. Walker, left-handed runner. Offensive foul.
Walker's all right. He kind of banged his hard on the floor.
Walker still down. And now being helped up by his teammates Blackman and Elliott. 18-14, the Hawks lead by 4, but a turnover there. Walker will take a seat. Martin into the game. 9:42 remaining here in the first half.
And the Hawks size is causing problems for South Carolina.
Blackman still picking up. He works all 94 feet on defense. Solomon crossover into the front court. Iman Johnson clapping his encouragement from the baseline. Pushing foul called on UMES underneath on Devin Martin. 9.5 to go, first half. Blackman takes a seat along with Elliott. Myers into the game along with Iman Johnson. Hawks go bigger. Solomon inbounding, lobs near the center of the lane. Palmer goes up and gets it blocked by Johnson, but they'll call him for a foul.
It's a tough call, but usually when it's a little guy or a smaller guy against it, they're going to get the foul call most of the time.
Looking for the lob on the inbounds to Palmer, and he will climb the ladder to go get that.
He went up.
Free throw from Palmer. Spins off right side, no good. Palmer 2 of 3 from the foul line today.
And Johnson sits down with 2 fouls. And Elliott back in the ball game. Hawks are even bigger.
9:26 to go. Palmer's second free throw lets it go. Nothing but net. 18-15. Hawks by a triple. Jalen White back into the game for South Carolina State. Solomon takes a seat. Pitt calls out the play call. Walks into the front court. Center of the floor, now right side. Looking near side of the floor. Martin can't get any space. Pitt backing up. Nobody else has touched the basketball yet. Works a screen and roll with Elliott. Posting up, right block. Elliott hacked as McCray chops down, and free throws upcoming for Dominique Elliott.
A little 2-man game between Pitt and Elliott. Good bounce pass by Pitt. Free throws for Elliott.
First foul on Gabe McCray, a junior from Mitchellville, Maryland. Elliott going to the foul line for 2. Dominique averages 5 points per game now, a 72% foul shooter. Been much better the last couple games as we've returned to conference play. Free throw for Elliott, back rim, no good, it kicks off.
Now, Elliott's got good strokes, so he should be able to shoot free throws. Should be.
9:05 left in the first half. Trying to make it a 4-point game again. Elliott, 3 slow dribbles. The free throw release up. Front rim falls off right side, and they'll call Mike Myers for a push in the back. Really inconsequential because Palmer came down with an easy rebound uncontested. And it's 1-1 now for South Carolina State and 2 fouls on Myers.
Yeah, Myers must have been guilty because he didn't say anything and just took back this way.
Myers now has to take a seat, and the Hawks go small.
Myers with 2 and Johnson with 2.
Yep. Elliott has to remain out there. He's got a foul, so he has to be careful as well. 1-1 here for Gabe McCray. Free throw up from the freshman, back rim, no good. Tipped up in the air. Ishak Pitt leaps to grab it. Now he lobs up ahead. Devin Martin near wing. Driving inside. Pass down low to Elliott. Blocked from behind. Gets his own miss. The follow is good plus a foul.
Good work by Elliott that time. Hard on his ass.
Elliott shaking his head. I think he's mad he missed the first layup. But even still, he's going to get a chance for a three-point play. They called a foul on Daryl Palmer, and
he wasn't even close. He was already on the right-hand side of the basket.
He's pleading his case, but that will be the second foul on Palmer. And if that's the incorrect player, wow, that is huge for South Carolina State.
Well, Palmer was on the right-hand side of the basket, and then Elliott was on the left side.
Free throw from Elliott, front rim, falls off. He's 0 for 3 from the foul line. Uncharacteristic for Dominique Elliott. Palmer stays in with 2 personal fouls. Passes far wing to Stevens. Crossover past Walker. The shot off the glass and good from the right block. 20-17. Hawks still by 3.
Stevens, a freshman, between 3 Hawks.
Martin trying to post up on White. Both of them pleading their cases to the referees mid-play. Now face up. Martin from 18, no. Palmer leaps for the board. South Carolina State controls. Bulldogs into the front court. White between the legs dribbles on Andino. Trying to break down his defender. Gives it up to Stevens, who backpedals towards half court.
And the Hawks half court defense has been played very well this game.
8:05 remaining in the first half. 20-17. UMES by 3. Far wing, Mortimer for South Carolina State. Whips it near side to White. 6 to shoot. Jabs right. Now a step back 3. Front rim, no. Offensive board. Riley loses out of bounds, though. Off the hands of Dominique Elliott, challenging the big man. Carolina State 17. Bulldogs basketball, however. Kevin White inbounding underneath the hoop, shaded towards the far sideline. Bulldogs moving from right to left across the court. And inbounds, White gets the basketball back from his underclassman Stevens in that backcourt. Very young, this South Carolina State team. They'll be good in a couple years. Stevens on the near wing. Works through a pair of screens, but can't free himself up from Devin Walker. Trim all over Mortimer, 40 feet from the hoop. 10 to shoot. White going left. A ball screen, and it's a moving screen. Deshaunbay Riley is having a pretty rough start to this game. That's an offensive foul. He's bricked a couple of jumpers, nowhere near the hoop.
And the Hawks are playing outstanding man-to-man defense. South Carolina's offense is set up 45 feet away from the basket.
7:20 to play first half. Blackman kills his dribble on the right elbow, lobbing to the foul line. Elliott face up. A little baseline cut from Martin, misses a layup underneath. It's knocked out of bounds.
Wow.
Blocked from behind.
I don't know if it was touched.
Trim
they got a piece of something. I'm not sure it was a ball, but it was a piece of something.
Holds above his head, can't bounce anything underneath the hoop. Instead finds a curling Martin, left corner three. Yes! 23-17, UMES by 6.
That's where he should be anyhow, out there.
Mortimer spinning into the front court, Trim all over him, trying to poke the ball loose. Mortimer gets to the foul line, 2 quick passes. Stevens, open wing 3, front rim, no. Trim pushed in the back, but Mortimer gets an offensive board, and they'll call UMES for the foul, even though Trim had position on Mortimer and somehow found his way underneath the hoop when he jumped for the ball. They'll call Trim for the foul, his first. 1-1 for Greg Mortimer.
Substitution for your Hawks entering game number 2. Hytche, he replaces number 10.
Mortimer, another one of those underclassmen. He's a sophomore.
Shooting 1-1.
The Hawks are gradually wearing them down, Doug. Some substitution by Coach Collins, keeping everybody fresh, and the size is just wearing them down little by little.
6:46 remaining here in the first half. Front end is good from Mortimer. A 5-point game, 23-18. It's been the 3-point shot, though, and that has propelled the Hawks' offense.
3 by Walker.
And 2 more by Devin Martin. Here's a free throw. Mortimer front rim. It does fall through. 23-19. Hawks by 4 with the basketball. Ishak Pitt will handle the pressure on the dribble. Guarded by Devin Joint, one of the few seniors on this Bulldogs team. Pitt crosses over left. A defensive switch. Bounce down low. Elliott, right-handed hook. Short. Tipped up in the air. Walker, offensive board. Gets it to Martin. Top of the key. 3. Back rim, no. Another offensive board. Elliott, he's fouled on his way down.
Elliott way above everybody else. You know, you see his head and shoulders above the smaller Bulldogs.
South Carolina State, both of their front court starters on the bench with 2 personal fouls, Palmer and Kirksey.
It's a chance for Elliott to really shine.
First foul on Jalen White, the point guard. 1-1 for Elliott. Front end is up, back rim way off, and Riley grabs a board for the Bulldogs. Riley snatching that one. A foul on the floor. As coming the other way was South Carolina State, but Elliott is just off on his free throws today.
Now, I really believe the only way South Carolina's going to score is by beating the Hawks down the floor, because they've done absolutely nothing against the half-court defense.
White going to the line as again, South Carolina State is in the bonus. That's 9 team fouls on UMES. First foul on Blackman. Here's the free throw from Jalen White. Splashes through. White, a 65% foul shooter. Makes it 23-20. Second free throw from the sophomore is up. Front rim, spins out. Pitt grabs the board for UMES. Pushing up near sideline. On the wing, Martin. Resets to Pitt, 26 to shoot. Pitt moses his way to the right wing. Works a pick and pop with Martin. The slash and kick to Walker. 1 dribble, 3. Yeah! 26-20, and here quickly come the Bulldogs in response. A baseline drive. The shot spins in. Stevens on the floater. 26-22.
But we still outscored in that possession 3-2.
Hawks will take it. Far wing, Andino. He'll trigger from 3. Too short. Rebound South Carolina State, and now racing up ahead. 4-on-3. Mortimer nearly loses it. Spinning in the lane. Finds Riley. Right-handed floater is good. 26-24. And there you see it. The breakneck pace works in the Bulldogs' favor.
Okay. They got to push it in order to even get a good shot.
Martin working the dribble. A handoff with Walker. Defenders switch. Now Pitt resets far away. Calls for a screen from Martin. Crosses over away from it. Baseline drive. Wraparound pass. Elliott goes up to the hoop. He's chopped by White. And here come free throws for Dominique Elliott. That's 2 fouls on White.
It's good that he's getting free throws. The problem is he hadn't made any.
Dominique Elliott 0 for 4 from the foul line today. 5:09 remaining in the first half. Free throw. Back iron, no. This is in his head right now. Ishak Pitt trying to calm down his junior. 26-24, UMES by 2. Elliott takes his time, the free throw up. That one's good.
That looked good.
A little Bronx cheer from the crowd, 27-24, and quickly here comes South Carolina State. A jump stop in the lane from Mortimer, tipping up in the air. It's no good. Elliott has a hand to it. Nobody can track it down. It's out of bounds. Oh, who knows who went off. Oh, and it'll be UMES basketball. That was close. Hawks basketball in the backcourt. A kick ball on the inbounds.
Another thing I noticed too is Elliott has played extended minutes this first half, and he's very close. Right on cue. How about that?
He is a little winded.
He's a little winded.
Shane Randall comes in his place. Martin inbounding, lobs it in to Pitt. Now pushing up ahead. Randall into the front court. 3-on-2 for UMES. Kicks to Andino, right wing three. Yes!
Good pass by Randall.
30-24. Now racing up ahead. Here is South Carolina State. Mortimer down the lane. Kicks out Stevens. Corner three short. Riley offensive board, and they'll call Randall for a foul on the floor. And this will be free throws.
We really can't get anything going back and forth, Doug, because it comes down and somebody makes a three, and then they foul on the other end. It's very little flow to the basketball game, but a three-point shot has put the Hawks in the lead.
Hawks are 7 of 10 from beyond the arc. Riley, the first free throw is good. South Carolina State is in the double bonus, as that was the 10th team foul on UMES. First foul on Randall.
7 for 10. You can't even do that without defense on you.
Riley spins back. The free throw, back iron, no. Tipped up in the air. And who's the foul on? On UMES? They'll call Devin Walker for going over the bat. More free throws.
Just like we talked about earlier. He's behind the guy. You cannot reach over there. That foul's been called since the peach basket was up there. They need to.
Devin Joyt going to the foul line, and here's 2 more free throws. Free throw, front rim, no. Well, nobody's shooting free throws well today. UMES is 3 of 8. South Carolina State 7 of 12. 30-25. UMES leads by 5. Second free throw from Joyt, woefully short again, and the free throw falls into the lap of Ishak Pitt on the board.
He was short and to the right.
4.5 to go. Very small lineup out there for UMES. Shane Randall at 6'5", the tallest player. Trim, top of the key, trying to get a running start. Jump stop in the lane, and then he moved his foot. You come to a jump stop, you can't move your feet. You don't have a pivot foot anymore.
Both teams are equal now. 6'5", the tallest player. About 6'5", tallest player on the floor.
Mortimer walks it into the front court. Left side, now centering the floor, a handoff with Solomon for South Carolina State. 4 minutes to play. Mortimer down the lane. Hacked on his way up again, and more free throws. These will be after the timeout. 3:59 to play here. and Mortimer just failed to get across the timeline. Wow. That's an unforced turnover if I've ever seen one. Blackman going the other way, high off the glass. Right-handed scoop is good. 34-29, Hawks by 5. Trying to build that lead out towards double digits heading into halftime. It'll run to finish the period. Near wing, Troutman. Puts it on the deck, hedging out Elliott. Trying to trap on a double team. Long pass underneath Riley and a foul on Blackman underneath. Mark Blackman, 5'9", 170, is called for a tiny bump against the 6'7" Tayshawn Riley. I don't think Blackman could move him with a full-out shove, let alone just an incidental bump.
Well, Riley's going to get a layup, so maybe he'll force him to make some free throws.
And not the worst foul in the world, honestly. It is Blackman's second, though. A timeout taken. Points at the foul line as they've just gone 5 of 10. South Carolina State is 9 of 15 from the free throw line and more foul shots upcoming for Tayshawn Riley, a freshman playing for his hometown school. He's a native of Orangeburg, South Carolina. Holds at his right hip. Now gets to a crouch, 3 dribbles. First free throw up, double bonus, it's good. 34-30.
He's got some ups too, and as a freshman, he can be a player to be reckoned with in this league for 4 years.
Bottom of the floor for the Hawks, Andino, Martin, Elliott, Pitt, and Isaac Smith III into the game for the first time. Riley hits both free throws. A couple subs for South Carolina State. Stevens and McCray in. Full court pressure from the Bulldogs. Quickly into Elliott. Now gives it up. Smith in the backcourt. On the dribble quickly. Front court left. Minute 40 to play here in the first period. A 3-point lead, 34-31. Passing top of the key. Martin, triple threat stance, now backs up. 18-footer. The step back no good. Long board. Smith inside shovel. Elliott misses the bunny. He's fouled from behind though on McCray, and free throws upcoming for Dominique Elliott.
That's a prime example why we can't get a lead. We missed that little easy shot. Now we have to go to the free throw line and make 2. They cannot get that little bump to get over the hump here.
Both teams in the double bonus. 2 free throws for Dominique Elliott. Minute 26 to go. Hit his last 2. Now the toss up. Front rim. Oh, and it falls off. Cannot get the roll.
And McCray has 2 fouls for the Bulldogs.
Another front court player with 2 fouls for South Carolina State. Free throw from Elliott. That one good. 35-31. Hawks by 4.
Both coaches using a lot of players too the first half.
Solomon across the timeline, works his way left wing, guarded by Smith. Kills his dribble, nowhere to go. Bailed out by Stevens, the freshman. Takes a ball screen, blitzing out Martin and Andino all over him. Now walking a tightrope near half court. Stevens does reset. Top of the key, spinning into the lane. Holds in the air. He gives it off to Riley. Floater, no. Rebound, UMES loose. Pitt does control, now pushes up ahead with 50 seconds remaining in the half. Stop and go from Pitt in the lane. The shot, no good on a lob. He's fouled going to the hoop, though. Devin Joint picks up his second. Both teams with just a multitude of players at 2 personal fouls, no one with 3. But that'll be something to watch early in the second half. Who has to take a seat early if they do pick up that third.
Well, if they play that half like this half, there's going to be somebody in foul trouble.
Pitt to the foul line for 2. First one is up. Front rim. No, it's short. 45.7 seconds left in the half. Hawks by 4, but foul shots have done them in. Just 6 of 13 as a team. Free throw up. Back rim, no. Lane violation on South Carolina State, so Pitt will get another shot. They'll have 3 chances. Just want to make one.
Substitution for the Bulldogs entering the game number 3, Mortimer. Because of the violation, Pitt shoots 1.
Another free throw for Eshak Pitt. The toss up, high arching back rim again. He misses all 3. Troutman the board for South Carolina State. 40 seconds and counting left in the game, or rather the first half, excuse me. Troutman backing up near half court, whips it near side to Mortimer. Now Stevens goes away from a ball screen. Baseline drive, spins back out to the wing. 14 to shoot for the Bulldogs. 20 seconds left on the game clock. Solomon, a ball screen from Riley. Blitzing out. Passing to the corner. Mortimer, baseline drive, the tip, and follows good from Riley. 10 seconds left in the half. Have to go quickly. 6 seconds. Pitt into the front court. To the right elbow. Kicks to Martin. Right wing 3. No good. And we'll head into halftime with the score 35-33. UMES has a 2-point lead, but boy, that Stevens, no
Palmer.
Daryl Palmer out there for South Carolina State. Devin Martin with the basketball and a quick whistle away from the ball, and that looks like it'll go against Jalen White, and it is on the sophomore. That's his third personal foul, and quickly a sub for South Carolina State. Here comes Tyvoris Solomon.
That didn't take very long for a whistle, Doug.
7 seconds, in fact. Just 7 seconds. Hawks moving from right to left in their home white jerseys. Reads UMES across their chest in maroon block lettering. Pitt inbounding. Whips it far corner. One dribble. Walker. Baseline. Jay. Rattles in. 37-33.
That was a two, I think.
It was a two-pointer. A rare two-point attempt for Walker. He's 5 of 5 on the day, though. A pass at the high post. Stolen away by Myers. On a breakaway. Goes for the two-hander jam. 39-33. A quick 4-0 run right out of the gates.
That could get us united.
Kirksey passes far side. Here is Stevens working a ball screen with Tayshambe Riley. Getting the start in the second half with no Palmer. He is sitting on the end of the bench, away from the coaches. Working a ball screen. Mortimer drives it off of his foot and kicks it out of bounds. Nice hedge by Johnson, and a turnover back to UMES.
And the Hawks have come out of the gate the second half ready to play.
The enthusiasm, energy there for UMES. Devin Martin pushes his way to the far wing. He's got a rip in his jersey. Two passes to Pitt. Now Walker, top of the key. Martin curling around, a lob down low to Myers. Right block. Spinning baseline. The shot, wild. A forearm shiver foul called on Kirksey, and that's 3 on Kirksey. Still no sign of Daryl Palmer. Here comes McRae for the sub.
They started 2 freshmen in the second half for South Carolina.
Pitt inbounding with 18:49 remaining in the game. Lob to the right block. Johnson, high-low pass to Myers. A shot misses, but a foul. Yet another whistle, and Myers drawing all sorts of contact down low. First foul on Greg Mortimer. He's in no trouble.
Coach Collins must have read that note I sent him about going into the lane with Mike Myers, because we're certainly headed in there. Miles with a free throw.
Myers makes the first free throw. He had just 4 points in the first half. He's already up to 3 after the break. 40-33. Free throw from Myers. Front rim spins off. Riley grabs the board for South Carolina State. Still a 7-point lead for UMES. Good start to the second half. 5-0 run. Solomon drives his way to the right wing. Now stop and go on the baseline. Up and under. Gives it up to Riley. Left jumper from the elbow. It's good. 40-35. First bucket of the half for South Carolina State. Eshak Pitt holds 35 feet from the bucket. Whips near wing. Walker, three-pointer. Front rim off the mark. Rebound. Here comes McRae racing up ahead for South Carolina State. Finds a cutting Mortimer, who circles back for the Bulldogs. Solomon runs the show.
This half-court defense by the Hawks again, very good all day.
2 minutes gone by in the second half. A 5-point lead for UMES. Mortimer far wing. Guarded by Walker, now backpedals. He'll get a running start with the ball screen. Going right to the foul line. He pulls up the jumper. Got it. 40-37. 2 mid-range jumpers for Mortimer and Riley.
Come around the free throw line. That's a good shot.
4-0 run right back after a 5-0 run for UMES to start the half. Martin left wing. In and out trouble. Slashes out. Pitt lobs down low. Double team Myers. Trying to feed Johnson underneath the hoop. And left-handed layup's good.
Great pass assist by Myers. Out of the double team, by the way.
42-37. Back to a 5-point game. Solomon slashing kick. Mortimer. Corner three. Yep. 42-40. A bucket lead for UMES. South Carolina State has awoken after a slow start to the second half.
And they will not go away.
Martin curls on the right wing. Feeding the block. Johnson face up right side. Kicks out Pitt. Not a threat to shoot from there. Hands it off to Walker, top of the key. 14 to shoot. Martin. Pump fake. Gives it to Myers, and they call a foul on Mike Myers. Looking for some space underneath.
Just using the elbow is what it looked like.
That's the third foul on Myers. 16:37 to go in the game. Just a 2-point lead. 42-40 for UMES.
No complaining either way, so they must have been satisfied with the call.
Solomon works his way far wing. 2 passes near side. Mortimer. He'll fire right over Martin, and he spins it home. A 3-pointer gives South Carolina State a lead, 43-42.
Mortimer shooting that kind of stationary 3-point shot.
Pitt pounding the rock on the far wing. Now comes near side, a lob down low. Walker to Myers. A reach-in foul on South Carolina State. 4th team foul on the Bulldogs already. Not even 4 minutes gone by here in the second half. First foul on Tyvorus Solomon. Dominique Elliott subs in for Myers. Myers frustrated, but he's drawing contact and fouls on the Bulldogs. A lob inside. Johnson, his pass is batted away and stolen. Stevens with the steal. Here come the Bulldogs. Baseline drive. Stevens floater. Teardrop is good, and it's 45-42.
Tough shot on the baseline that time. Tough shot.
Eshak Pitt coming the other way down the right side of the lane. The shot off the glass is good. 45-44. Back to a 1-point game.
Back-to-back buckets by the opposing point guards.
Solomon. Left wing, bounces it to Mortimer between the circles. Now he loops around to the right wing, backs up on Martin. 18 to shoot, 15:23 to play. 45-44, in and out dribble. Mortimer kicks out to Stevens' far side. Getting into the lane, a whistle and a foul on the floor. They'll wave off the runner. No good on the bucket. And a timeout on the floor here at the Hytche. It is South Carolina State 45 rather. Remaining in the game. Hawks down by a point now. South Carolina State basketball. Solomon whips it far side. 3-pointer Stevens, and he nails it. 48-44. And the 3-point barrage is giving South Carolina State the advantage in the second half.
And foul trouble causing the Hawks a problem.
Pitt going right to the foul line. Slash and kick to Walker. Corner 3. Front rim, no. Offensive board, Elliott. On the left block, back to the basket, spinning into the lane, right-handed hook. He misses the layup, gets his own miss to follow. He's fouled once more.
Elliott, definitely the size factor dominating around the glass. You just got to put that baby in the hole.
3 fouls now on Gabe McCray, and Daryl Palmer will finally come back into the game. Has not played yet in the second half.
And maybe coach is just planning on rotating Palmer and McCray to get to fouls.
Elliott, first free throw up, splashes through, 48-45. Myers in for Johnson. 14:40 to play. Elliott can make it a 2-point game. He has struggled from the foul line today, 5 of 11. The shot up. Swish. And it's 48-46.
Nice looking free throw by Elliott.
A 2-point game. South Carolina State has used the 3-pointer to its advantage in the second half. Stevens feeding the block. Palmer, a double team from Myers and Elliott. Needs to get rid of it, and he does so to Stevens. The resets to Solomon right at half court. 16 to shoot. Solomon sends it to the far side. Now reverses to Stevens. Right wing, Stevens with 6 to shoot on Martin. He'll fire from 25. Back rim high in the air, and Pitt grabs it for UMES. Poked out. Mortimer last touched out of bounds on the end line. It is UMES basketball. Finally, a defensive stop.
Yeah, good defense again by the Hawks. They forced a 25, a deeper 3, and half-court defense has been the name of the game for the Hawks the entire ball game.
Pitt strolls into the front court, looking to the block. Myers posting up, can't find him. Instead to the high post. Elliott, he'll fire from 20 feet. That's a long 2 and a tie ball game, 48-48.
I think Elliott likes that shot.
Oh, he does. The mid-range is his game. That's why it's such a surprise about the foul line struggles. 13:30 remaining, 48 all. Hawks in a 2-3 zone now. Far wing, Mortimer. Spins it to Solomon. Now whipping near side, Stevens. Baseline drive. In a double team. Loses the ball. Here comes Pitt. Looking up ahead. 3-on-3. And he carried the basketball. He was going to throw a one-handed pass to Myers and then decided at the last second to keep on dribbling, and it was too late.
I think he saw a red shirt cut in the passing lane then and pulled it up.
13-14 to play. Hawks had the turnover, and they were headed the other way to finally recapture the lead. And they send it right back to the Bulldogs with an unforced mistake. And coming from the senior point guard as well. Troutman, front court right. Lobs to the corner. Solomon, one bounce, spins to Stevens. He's open in the corner. 3, no good, too strong. Martin grabs the board for UMES. Hurrying into the front court. Walker left wing. Now Martin. Reverses court, looking for Myers. Pitt wants to feed the block. Does so successfully. Myers. Face up, 18. Not going to take the J. He kills his dribble instead. Leaves it off for Martin in the corner. Baseline drive. The shot. Off the glass and in. Counted in a foul.
Good drive by Martin along the baseline. Myers pulled the defense out, allowed Martin to go, had some room inside.
Hawks retake the lead, 50-48. Martin to the foul line. 12:35 remaining. UMES back in front, looking for a 3-point play. Here's the shot from Martin. Splashes through, a good free throw, 51-48. Now a 3-point game. Martin, a good free throw shooter.
A full court pressure by the Hawks. Travis Trim in for Pitt. And Dino.
And Dino replaces Walker. Full court pressure here. Trim and Dino at the top. Quickly into Solomon, now at half court, and he bumps Trim, looking for the contact. I don't know what Trim can do about that. They're both running up the floor, and Solomon crashes into him to force the contact and the foul.
Yeah. Solomon is not an offensive threat, really. I don't even think he's taking a shot. Kind of need to stay off of him.
12 and a half to play here in the second. Solomon, right wing, crossover left. Swings it back to Troutman. Around the perimeter it goes. Solomon, far side. 20 to shoot. Calls for a screen from Palmer, spinning around the screen. A pick and pop. Palmer will fire from 3. Front rim, no. Trim leaping for the board amongst 3 Bulldogs. He grabs it. Oh, but then he loses it right back to Solomon. Pass inside, stolen, and Dino has it.
Good hustle by Dino that time. It's give and take a little bit.
Far wing 3, Martin too short. Ball loose, and it's grabbed by the Bulldogs. Rebound Joint. 11:45 to play. 51-48, UMES by 3. Three-pointer Troutman just barely grazes the rim and it goes out of bounds underneath the hoop, and it's back to UMES. 11.
Surprisingly, Troutman in, now right.
Travis Trim running the point for UMES. With the basketball, Hawks a 3-point advantage. Far wing Martin, one dribble, passes high post. Elliott, high-low pass to Myers. A foul down low as Myers spun around, Joint going to the hoop. Third foul on Devin Joint, and that is 1-1. Single bonus for Mike Myers.
There's no way at 6'4", Joint can even come close to touching Myers.
Shooting 1-1.
On the floor.
Front end of the bonus. Myers misses. Ball loose. Martin grabs for the Hawks. Offensive board, and putback is good. 53-48. Hawks by 5. Near wing Troutman. Hawks in a 2-3 zone. Troutman holds above his head. 2 quick passes right on the far side. Trim steps out to him. Troutman kills his dribble. Top of the key, still 25 feet from the hoop. Now 2 passes, Palmer, baseline drive. His pass is stolen by Trim. One-on-one the other way. In the lane, layup. Good from Trim. 55-48. Hawks by 7 now.
Defense leading the offense, Doug.
10:40 to play and a timeout taken by South Carolina State. Mortimer inbounding. White gets the basketball in the backcourt. Trim all over him. Here comes a double team. Ball loose near half court. Poked away. Stolen. Martin all alone. Right-handed layup is good. 57-48 now, an 11-0 run.
Defense, Doug, again, is leading the offense.
Right wing. White, a jump pass to Mortimer. Top of the key, three. Brick on the left side of the rim.
Wow.
UMES basketball on Myers' rebound. 10-10 to go. Mortimer had hit a couple of crucial three-pointers that gave South Carolina a lead in the second half. But now they've gone cold. Myers on the left block, botting up Palmer, and an offensive foul called on Mike Myers. That's his fourth.
Offensive foul started for the Hawks, 24, Mike Myers. That's his fourth personal.
They'll say Myers flipped Palmer with an elbow.
Number 2,
But wow, that's a huge call with 9:58 to go. Myers has four.
Really relatively small lineup over there now for the Hawks.
2-3 zone from UMES. Stevens, two passes to White, far side. White skips it to Stevens, near wing. Right side of the floor, reverses court, Mortimer. Left corner, in and out dribble, finds White, shuffled his feet, doesn't travel.
Man.
Bulldogs have not scored.
Half-court defense, outstanding for the Hawks.
Bulldogs haven't scored in, we're talking 5 minutes here. And Dino, 40 feet from the bucket, zips it to Pitt. Now Trim, circles to the far wing. Passing to the foul line, Pitt kicks to Martin. Calls for a ball screen, Martin popping back, top of the key, crossover, spin in the lane, swatted out by Palmer. Vicious denial once again. 9:09 to go. Hawks keep the ball.
Great block, but the Hawks get the ball back, so really, besides the intimidation factor, it definitely wasn't a Bill Russell type block. Are you old enough to remember Bill Russell?
Not quite. 10 seconds to shoot. Eshak Pitt on the right wing and a whistle away from the ball. Fouls on Patrick Kirksey, and that's his fourth. Free throws for Dominique Elliott now. 18 fouls on South Carolina State, so 1-1 for the big man.
He replaces number 4, Kirksey. Elliott shooting.
The Hawks going to be on the line a lot the rest of this ball game.
Elliott, front end of the 1-1, up, back rim, off the mark. It kicks to Riley. Rebound, South Carolina State. Right wing, Mortimer. Going left, screen, Riley. Draws the defense, kicks to the corner. It's slapped out of bounds by Walker, right to the South Carolina assistant coaches. 8:52 to play. UMES by 9. This fantastic defensive stretch, holding South Carolina State without a point for 5 minutes.
It's headed towards 6 now. Half-court defense at its best.
Front court right, Mortimer, a bounce pass. Stevens, slash and kick. Foul on the floor, called on Devin Walker.
He's got his hands on him out there. They're gonna...
5 team fouls on UMES. No free throws yet for the Bulldogs.
Out of bounds underneath their own basket for the Bulldogs. Hawks in that tight zone.
And Palmer just throws it away. He was looking for Mortimer in the corner. Not on the same page. He just tosses it right out of bounds. Threw it to his bench.
Yeah, I don't know what he was looking at.
Well, this has not been the prettiest of games at times.
That's being kind, my man. We're just gone.
Front court left, Walker holds for UMES. Now Pitt, center of the floor. Left-handed bounce, near wing. A ball screen from Martin. Pitt going right, behind the back, down the left side of the lane, high off the glass. A foul called on South Carolina State, and here comes free throws for the senior Hytche Pitt.
Foul charge for the Bulldogs, number 3, Greg Mortimer. That's his second
2 fouls on Greg Mortimer now. The next foul will send UMES to the double bonus.
Shooting 2.
For 8 minutes.
8:10 to play. Hytche Pitt to the foul line. First release up. It's good. Now a 12-0 run for UMES. That's over the last 6 minutes.
And that's after South Carolina State had been on an 8-0 run.
The free throw from Pitt spins home. 13-0 run for UMES. And this is without Mike Myers, who is sitting on the bench with 4 personal fouls. Far wing Stevens. Screen and roll of Palmer. Instead, he kicks it to Solomon. Stevens gets it back. Top of the key 3. Back iron, no. High board Solomon grabs it for South Carolina State. A second chance. Resets the offense. Far corner. Mortimer. Shovels it to Stevens. Now reverses near side. Solomon skip past Stevens. Pump fake, baseline drive. Inside shovel to Palmer. Nearly loses it. Puts it on the deck. Wild shot high off the glass. Rebound Pitt for UMES. 4-on-4. Right wing 3. Walker. Oh, just too strong. South Carolina State with an easy rebound. That might have been a dagger.
That could have been a biggie bucket.
It's an 11-point lead for UMES. 59-48. Ball fake from Solomon. Gets some space at the foul line, but he resets. 7:10 to play. Mortimer looking for Solomon, crashing, ball loose, and Dino knocks over his fellow guard. Solomon draws the foul. Two-three defense from UMES. Far wing right. Zips it to Solomon between the circles. Looking down low. Riley shovels it out to Stevens. Left wing 3. Too strong. High board. Palmer grabs it. He's tied up by Pitt, who rips it away. Wanted a steal, but instead it's a jump ball.
Again, we've been, I think, by my calculations, and I'm not a mathematician, we're about over 7 minutes.
Looking at near 8 minutes without a point for South Carolina State. Passing near baseline. The jumper from Riley spins out. It was halfway down, and South Carolina State cannot find a basket. 59-48, Hawks ball with an 11-point lead. 6.5 to go. Near wing, Elliott. Face up on Palmer. Now spins at the foul line, and he traveled.
Traveling violation. Bulldog call.
South Carolina State basketball now. Right on the right wing. Passes far side. Right, the three-pointer. Got it to go. Finally, it breaks the drought. Over an 8-minute run without a South Carolina State basket. Not just a basket, but without a point.
A point.
59-51 the score. Under 6 minutes to play. Pitt far side. Calls for a ball screen from Johnson. He slips down low. Pitt lobs to Johnson, a double team in the corner. Iman gives it up to Ishak. Top of the key, 3 to shoot. Spinning in the lane. He jumps, nowhere to go. The ball hits the front rim. And a foul called on Ishak going for the rebound. 1-1 now for South Carolina State. The Hawks offense looking a little lost right now. Last couple possessions, nothing going.
Nothing smooth. And the Hawks are playing great defense, but on the offensive end, they're struggling. And they have the entire ball game.
Single bonus here for Edward Stevens, the freshman.
He hasn't shot the ball well in the second half. Stevens is not.
70% foul shooter on the year. Leads the team 10.4 points per game. The free throw, good. 59-52. A 7-point game now. Myers replaces Elliott. Walker in for Andino. .5:34 to go. Big free throws here from Stevens with the clock stop. Chance to get 2 points, and he does convert. 59-53. A 6-point game. Martin in the backcourt now. Finally some pressure from the Bulldogs. Martin, crossover, gets in the lane, lobs for Myers, goes up with one hand, loses the ball out of bounds. Went for the highlight reel play.
I don't know if that's a good play at this point of the basketball game. It's only a 2-possession game.
Elliott comes in for Travis Tribb. Or rather, Elliott will replace Myers. Ishak Pitt in for Tribb.
My God.
59-53. UMES by 6, South Carolina State basketball. Stevens, left wing. Entry pass to Palmer, tipped by Elliott, but a reach-in foul. And that's free throws for Darryl Palmer. Just 2 fouls on Elliott.
Still reaching from behind, as we've talked about numerous times this evening.
Palmer to the free throw line. Single bonus, the free throw up. Nothing but net. It's now a 5-point game. This is a 6-0 run. South Carolina State was down by 11. They've come right back.
Uh-oh.
The free throw up, front rim, it falls through. Would have been a lane violation on UMES anyway.
That's correct.
59-55. Ishak Pitt dealing with the pressure defense. Passes to Martin on a spin into the front court. Under 5 minutes to go. A 4-point lead for UMES. But a big run here, 7-0 run for South Carolina State. Pitt, baseline, 18 feet away, now backing down his defender. Finds Myers right elbow, pump fake, gives it up to Pitt. 4 to shoot, step back jumper, too strong. Offensive rebound though for Myers and a fresh shot clock. Ball poked loose near the end line. Trying to save it with South Carolina State. Stevens slipped.
Good hustle.
But he was out of bounds when he touched the ball. So it is still UMES ball. 4:31 to play. 30 to shoot after Pitt's jumper did hit the rim. Offensive board by Myers, continuing the possession. Walker bounces it to the right elbow. Johnson gives it up to Pitt, resetting. Now looking down low, Johnson posting up on Palmer. Instead, Pitt reverses far side. Martin, he's trying to post up Myers. Can't find him. Spinning to the foul line. Into the lane, the floater. Right hand, no good. Palmer with the board for South Carolina State. Solomon kicks out to Stevens, right corner. Shovels it back to Solomon, who slows it down with under 4 to go. Man-to-man defense here from the Hawks. Big possession. Can make it a one-possession ball game for the Bulldogs. It's a 4-point lead for UMES. Solomon going left. Step back on Walker. Baseline drive. Hangs in the air. A pass to right. Right corner 3 short. Offensive board. Palmer resets to Stevens. Top of the key 3. Oh my, it's good. 59-58. It's now a 10-0 run for South Carolina State, and here comes a timeout from Bobby Collins.
Timeout.
Ishak Pitt to inbound. He slaps the basketball. Looks to the corner. Now he lobs down low to Myers. Left block. Here comes a double team. Gets it out of his hands. Pitt slashing down the lane. Right-handed layup. Spins through. 61-58. Hawks by 3.
Good assist by Myers.
Down low. The pass is knocked off the head of Martin. Wright goes up and gets it, but he's spilled to the floor by Iman Johnson. A strange play there. A backdoor cut. The pass hit Martin right in the noggin.
Bounced up. And Wright is on the 3-throw line.
For UMES. It's the 9th team foul on the Hawks, so 1-1 for Wright.
We're pretty even all the way around. I'm surprised somebody hadn't fouled out yet.
Wright, a lefty. Let's go the front end. It spills out. Rebound to Elliott. The Hawks control. A 3-point lead. Chance to make it a 2-possession game here. Got to come up big. Martin, right wing. Passes to Elliott. He shovels to Pitt, far side. Martin feeding the block. Triple team from Myers. Pass is stolen. Oh, but Myers comes right back. Pitt underneath the hoop. It's stripped loose. And here comes a rebound. South Carolina State basketball. And Tashambe Riley is hurt underneath the UMES basket. South Carolina State to inbound, throwing it into the backcourt. Blackman all over Solomon. 61-58 the score. UMES by 3. Bulldogs top of the key. Mortimer back to the basket. Going left, a screen from Kirksey. Switching on Johnson. Picks up the guard. Stretches out his wingspan. Now Mortimer gets his running start. Leaves it off for Stevens, right wing. Crosses over right, past Martin. Contact in the lane, floater off the glass and in. 61-60. Hawks by 1 with just 2 minutes to go.
Tough defense, tough shot.
Ishak Pitt hops across the timeline and calls timeout.
Miss Riley for the inside power.
25 on the shot clock. Pitt runs the point for UMES. On the far wing, right in front of his bench. Kills his dribble. Passes to the high post. Elliott touch pass right back to Pitt. Double team on Myers down low. Pitt cutting in the lane. Kicks out Walker. Thinks about the three. Instead he feeds the block to Elliott. Left side. Fadeaway jumper baseline. Jay no. Myers gets a hand to it and he slaps it out of bounds.
That's not the shot Coach Collins wanted, a fadeaway jumper. 10 12 feet.
Johnson and Blackman into the game, offense for defense.
Not with the size advantage we have.
Minute 26 to go. Now they'll send Elliott back out, and Myers will take a seat.
Coach Collins played a little offense-defense here, so Myers does not get in his fifth foul.
Need a defensive stop here, but first we'll see a timeout from South Carolina State. .60. Hawks clinging. Stevens to inbounds on the far sideline. Blackman trying to get in his face. Allowed to Solomon in the backcourt. Solomon zips it near side to Mortimer. Face up on Pitt, holds above his head. They want to post up Palmer on Elliott. Palmer kicks out to Mortimer. Goes left from the top of the key. Now he's got Johnson on him. At the left elbow, a runner in the lane. Oh, he got it to go. 62-61. 55 seconds to go and a timeout taken by UMES. Martin will inbound. And Dino, Pitt, Walker, Myers the 5. From the far sideline, Martin holds above his head. Lobs it into Pitt, top of the key. Hands off Martin. Gets a running start down the lane. Blocked by Palmer, but a foul call. Ball goes right underneath our feet.
I got it.
Dave Bird's going to toss it. Patrick Kersey has fouled out of the game, and Devin Martin's going to the foul line with 9.6 seconds to go. Palmer just crushed that basketball again on the block, but the foul was underneath, the contact by the hip.
Yeah, no, Palmer didn't do any foul.
No way.
He fouled the ball, maybe. He pulverized it. He knocked it all the way over to us. That's a 50-foot block.
Devin Martin's a very good free throw shooter. 78% on the season.
I just got the wrong guy up there. Mike Myers, Devin Martin, one or the other.
South Carolina State heading onto the floor. Martin can give UMES the lead. Right now the Hawks trail by 1. 64-63. UMES down by a point. 2 free throws upcoming for Martin. Huge free throws here. 5 dribbles. The first one up. Yes! A tie game now. 64 all.
You got to play some D now coming up. Make or miss, you got to play some D. Big time.
All right, this one for the lead. The flick of the wrist, it's up. From him, no, it's a tie game.
OT.
Solomon racing up the far sideline. Timeout, South Carolina State with 5.5 seconds to go. Bulldogs now have a chance. Can either win it or send it to overtime. A tie ball game, 64-64, 5.5 seconds to go. A lob into the backcourt. Trying to go 45 feet. 2 seconds. Mortimer, can he get the shot off? The layup, no!
He got it off.
64. After 40 minutes, not enough. Hawks will send out Myers, Martin, Pitt, Walker, and Elliott to start the extra period. Patrick Kirksey has fouled out for South Carolina State, so they send out Palmer, Solomon, Mortimer, Stevens, and Joint.
And South Carolina's missing 2 big men for this 5-minute overtime period.
Tayshawnde Riley hurt on the bench. The toss up in the air, Myers wins it over Palmer, and UMES starts the second half, or rather the extra time, with the ball. Right corner 3, Martin spins out, no good. Every possession worth so much here in overtime. Stevens the rebound for the Bulldogs.
He had a good look at it though.
Mortimer, top of the key, hedging out Elliott, forcing Mortimer away from the bucket. He zips it to Stevens, away from a ball screen, baseline drive, double team from Pitt and Walker. Spins it back out to Solomon, 35 feet from the hoop, 10 to shoot. Solomon crosses over to his right, kicks to Mortimer, pump fake, near wing, 4 to shoot. Mortimer, long 2, front rim, no, tipped up in the air by Palmer. Martin controls for the Hawks.
Another great defensive stance by the Hawks.
4:10 to play in extra time. High post, Elliott, he'll fire from 16. Yes!
Big shot, big shot.
In rhythm, that right elbow jumper, beautiful. 66-64.
And he can make that.
Under 4 minutes to go in overtime. Left wing steal. Here comes Mike Myers on the fast break. Right-handed layup is good. Getting into the passing lane, and Myers with the layup for a 4-point lead. Mortimer, near side. Hawks laying back in a 2-3 zone. 3.5 to play in OT.